And welcome once again to another episode of Stu Him Productions presents
J&M Solve the World. I am James.
And I am Matt. And with us, once again,
Finally,
Ray!
the one and only. It's been a while. Sorry, folks. Sorry if you have missed me.
He's back from the dark side.
Yes.
The dark side of the fireworks tent.
Well, I've been there a couple times, but it ain't ready yet.
Fuck.
I just realized what that tastes like.
Yeah?
Remember those Red Hots?
Yeah?
The little Red Hot candies?
Yep.
And you'd like put a mouthful of them in there and you're like,
Yeah, ain't bad.
you know, it'd make your cheek all tingly and shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that's like.
Well, I saw some shit at the liquor store when I was picking up the Agavero and another bottle of Jesse called Cinerator.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
High intense cinnamon whiskey.
Ooh.
Well, if it's called incinerator, well, I would hope it would be.
Now,
You know,
if
I'm just a dumbass truck driver, but anyway.
if we do the trip to Nashville to see Sean, we will stop because I need to get a bottle of Lead Slinger whiskey, Black Flag rum, and napalm.
Ooh.
What was that first one?
Lead Slinger whiskey.
Lead Slinger?
Yeah.
Let's.
Out in the
Wow.
garage, up on the cabinet.
Okay.
The very first bottle, it's a square bottle,
Yeah.
Okay.
is Lead Slinger whiskey.
I'm sorry. I guess I've been paying attention. Okay.
Well, you have to look up sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to look up sometimes.
Well,
You know, fuck
Okay.
this. There's a tear in
my
my beer. And we're done.
Hello.
Tonight, we are doing our 4th of July special. Now, in the Stewart family, the 4th of July is generally a... Oh, man, I'm sorry.
You'll be all right.
A little afterburn still kicking in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 4th of July has always been a celebration for multiple reasons. Number one, the country celebrated its independence.
Right.
Right.
Number two, your daughter celebrates her birthday.
Yep. On the 4th.
On the
It's
4th,
her birthday.
On the floor.
All-American girl.
Happy birthday, Amanda.
Happy birthday, Mr. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, and she got out of here without getting her birthday spankings.
What the hell?
And then...
Guess what? It's
Since
coming.
they're not going to Virginia tomorrow, I guess you can get her tomorrow.
And then, of course, you know, always
We're
on
going to
the...
set up a roadblock so you can't drive by.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well, or
she does
something
have
similar.
church. So
Well, okay. My bad.
we'll let it go.
Okay.
Now, I had made a suggestion because
So-
your brother celebrates his birthday on
The 10th.
the 10th.
Uh-huh.
So it's always been, hey, we're going to celebrate together. And it's always cool. So I came up with a great idea. Being's Amanda wouldn't let me give her birthday spankings
Right.
in front of everybody.
Right.
Your brother would give her birthday spankings, and then he would give him birthday spankings.
Yep.
Now, your brother was all for it.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a dog.
Now, to be fair, Amanda didn't say no.
So you're saying one spanks one and then the other one spanks
Yeah.
the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
And
I'd pay $1 to watch that.
and I told him, I said, you know, because of the age, we will allow you to switch arms.
yeah.
'Cause especially, you know, Herb 75. That's a lot of whips with one arm. So you
Yeah.
might have to
And
switch.
she's
then-
what?
She's 42.
42?
Yeah.
Damn.
Now,
You know what's weird? She's the age now. Well, coming up on the 4th.
yeah.
That her mom was when we met.
Wow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Anyways,
Well, back to ranch.
so of course there's a great Oliver Stone movie, Born on the 4th of July, starring
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God.
No, I don't get out much.
Red
I do.
Dawn.
I do.
Born on the 4th of July. I think he's not a patriot.
No, he's
I
not.
never said
I think
that.
he must be a
just
communist.
don't get out much.
Oh shit.
Get out much. All that shit streams at home now.
Yeah.
You don't have to get out. You can watch it on your phone.
I mean, Tom Cruise was Lieutenant Dan before Gary Sinise was Lieutenant Dan.
True.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, yeah. But
Okay, yeah.
Gary Sinise has done a lot for the veteran community.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Under the Lieutenant Dan name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing everything that he has done after given that opportunity to play.
Thank you, Gary.
Salute.
I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Hashtagging.
Yeah. Hashtag
Dink, dink.
Lieutenant Dan Band.
Yeah, you
Because, I mean, he does a lot of... He'll take his band, and they'll go to a lot of military installations and play for the troops. He takes part in the Snowball Express, which is a Gold Star program that widows and children, at Christmas time, they all go to Disney World. And it has become, because my buddy Curtis, his widow, and their son have been doing it for a number of years. And the people that they have met they've become family.
Right.
And they look forward to that trip. And it's not, oh, we get to go to Disney World and we don't have to pay for anything. No,
Right.
it's like a family gathering. And because of Gary Sinise, it's a great thing. Oh shit!
Damn you, Andrew.
Do you know what that means? Mass fucking punishment, Andy.
Shit.
Glass down. Mass fucking punishment.
If this the torture chain me to the wall.
Oh, yeah, you're going to think that as soon as you do this fucking shot.
Yeah, exactly. Call my next of kin, maybe. Just in case.
Oh shit.
You're trying to kill me, aren't you?
I did.
I thought I had the volume turned down, but I guess I didn't.
And the worst part about ours is we've got the devil's devil in the bottom of it.
Yeah. Maybe that'll make this shit taste better. Matt's trying to.
I
I've
didn't.
got the volume turned down, and
Matt's
I don't know
wanting to start
why
a new
it came
podcast
up.
just called M Solves the World because he's trying to get rid of Jay right here.
And I don't know what
fuck?
the hell's going on here. I've got the volume turned down. See, right there, volume turned down.
Right.
I don't know what the hell happened here. Anyway,
Well, grab your shot glass.
I guess if not, then I guess I'll take another one.
If it goes off again,
If it goes
it's
off.
all on you.
He's taking 3.
Yeah.
No. I ain't taking 3.
I'd throw your phone out the window, do something, sit on it, because you ate some deviled eggs and the beans.
I ate 2 deviled eggs, and them deviled eggs was good. I don't know who made them, but they damn good. Oh, hell.
Yeah, bro.
One of these days, you go make somebody a good housewife. Well, okay, a good cook. How about that?
No, a fine wife, I think, is.
A good cook. I don't know how your cleaning skills are or whatever, but I don't know. Don't want to know.
I spent 17 years in the military.
You
I'm
go
pretty
make someone a good
institutionalized.
cook. That's all I got to say.
Hey, you see
I'll
this?
come on a
you,
good cook.
You
What?
see this table? Last night it was covered in
Peanut
shells and shit.
Peanut shit. Oh,
You see how clean it is now?
Mm-hmm.
Matt done that.
You see that carpet?
damn.
It used to
Exactly,
be all
Okay.
tore up because Sully said, "Fuck you guys, I want out of here."
Okay, folks, I'm wrong. He can cook and clean.
So he's going to make somebody a good wife
So-
one of these days, for sure.
And I do my own laundry.
And does it on laundry. So,
And I wipe my own ass.
and ladies, he's available.
He's available.
Cook,
His
clean.
phone number is 555.
Laundry.
1212.
Cook, clean, laundry.
Area code
There you go.
696.
39.
If you would like
34 and a half, 69.
a personalized selfie photo of the eligible bachelor, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to J&M Solve the World at
2120 East 342nd Road, Halfway, Missouri, 65663.
and I will get you a personalized, glossy picture of moi. Now you can take that photo and you can trim it out, put it in the toilet. You got something to aim at. You can put it on your dartboard. If you would like a photo of J and M, and maybe Ray,
Ray.
I've been waiting on that for the whole time that we started this. Been waiting for the crickets.
okay.
Sorry.
Before we go any further,
Okay. Mass punishment.
Sorry.
Mass
Sorry,
punishment.
folks. My phone went off. Guess what? I'm being punished. Well,
yeah.
anyway.
Now he's got to clean the table again.
Oh, my God. That's fucking... Oh.
Okay. Don't get rid of that because I think I can put it on my Zippo.
That ain't diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel would have more flavor.
Oh, Jesus.
Andrew,
Hold on. Bear with me.
you made the mistake of tasting it. You just got it.
Ah. 1, 2, 3, fire.
As Americans, this is what we do on the 4th of July. We eat way too much food,
Yeah, which we did.
which we did. I mean, it's not the
Brisket.
4th of July, but we're celebrating today as we record is Saturday.
Yeah. Brisket,
Deviled eggs,
potato
Beans.
salad,
Anita beans.
Anita
I don't
beans.
know
Beans is
exactly
good.
what you call them, but it's like a 4-bean with burger and yeah.
Oh my God.
Linda made them great.
Some sort of salad.
I didn't have no,
Yeah, it was like an avocado salad.
Yeah.
no paper
I-
salad, but nothing like that. But
Linda Fetters made that. Shout out, Linda. I got a little bit of it. I'm like, I don't know. And I took a bite, and I'm like, that's interesting. Actually, I kind of like it. You know, it was pretty good.
what the?
The avocado salad. You probably didn't get none because it had green shit in it.
Although I did have them there
The beans.
deviled eggs.
Oh yeah.
Those were good.
Did you notice that?
Not until now. Sorry, folks. Pardon my manners, but yeah, J&M Solve the World.
That is the official logo.
Uh-huh.
And we will be getting a sign made by Laser Mafia in US 1, Vero Beach, Florida. That's their
Say again.
address. That's their address. Laser Mafia, Highway US 1
Okay.
in Vero Beach, Florida.
All right. All right.
They will be making a sign that will hang.
Above your head.
Yes.
Well, bless their little hearts.
Yep.
All right.
And
Then we'll have to make sure that we get the table and the sign square.
oh yeah. Well, the sign in the table square.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And then next on the list will be shot glasses.
T-shirts.
Shot
We're-
glasses, rocks glasses, maybe even a couple of Yetis
Ooh, there you go.
that say J&M Solve the
There you
World.
go.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
drink
yeah.
out of our own
There you go.
monogrammed J&M Solve the World.
There
you
you
know, it's fucking sad when you have to chase an alcohol
We need a website.
with another alcohol. Yeah, we do. But
Shop J&M. Solve the world.
you
Get
know
your-
what?
To get your corny face T-shirts. No.
If you would like,
we could rip off Jim Cornette and do J&M face T-shirts. It'd be our bugs silhouetted on a T-shirt.
looking like Bill and Ted
Oh, there you
in
go.
the fucking phone booth. No,
Oh,
with the phone booth.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I will have shirts made.
For Metallica.
Yes,
Yeah.
in November. So
So we'll look like the J&M Mafia.
yeah, exactly.
Because we're gonna have to look badass to get from
Watch
our
this shit.
bed or not bed and breakfast, our Airbnb over to the stadium because it might be a rough block
3
or
blocks.
two.
Yeah. But if you are going to the Metallica, Pantera, Five Finger Death Punch concert in St. Louis in November,
November 3rd and 5th.
November 3rd and 5th, look for the gaggle of guys because at this point, I don't know how many are going.
7 or 8. I think we've got 7 committed.
6.
6 committed.
6 for sure committed. Tickets
We are
bought.
here right
Hey,
now.
Little buddy's going, right?
Cody's
or
buddy?
Cody's buddy?
I don't know. I
think
haven't
so.
been told that he has a ticket. I know Cody's got one. I know Ray has one. I
Right.
know you, Dwight, Wayne, and myself have one. Because I know those 4 that I just named, I know we've got tickets because
Because you bought them.
I have said tickets on my phone.
And hopefully Sean, Mr. Dash,
Yes.
Nashville, Tennessee. Bring some friends.
Mr. Lacey, Mr. Jason Lacey, your ass better be in fucking St. Louis with us.
You've been called out.
On prime time. Or whatever time this comes out.
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
Prime
anyway.
time
Yeah.
for crackheads.
Or those of us that like to go to the gym in the morning.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Like I said, crackheads.
Yeah.
People that get up and go to the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So, anyways,
Crackheads, truck drivers, and repossessors.
No,
so
well, yeah.
Anyway,
back to
sorry,
the
my bad.
Back to the subject.
the subject at hand, the 4th of July, Independence Day of these United States of America.
Right.
So,
America.
fuck yeah! Born to save the motherfucking day, yeah! Now, as children, which we are Gen Xers,
Yep.
the 3 of us. No, Gen X, not DX.
DX, but Gen X.
Yeah.
Close to that, but
As
quite.
children,
They were all Gen X people.
well,
That's where D-Generation X
yeah,
came from.
I know, but
setting off fireworks like every summer because I lived up in Illinois when I got to start setting off fireworks, and fireworks were illegal. They still are in Illinois. So,
Communist state of Illinois.
yes.
okay, you said it. I didn't. I was thinking it was
Well,
like,
I mean,
I mean, they don't honor Missouri's concealed carry, so
neither does Californication,
right
but that's the Communist Republic
of
of
California.
California.
Yeah.
But we would go to Lake of the Ozarks, where my grandparents lived, and we would set up and shoot bottle rockets over the lake. And then,
Polluting the lake, by the way.
yeah.
damn it.
Killing fish.
Yeah, like the cranes and the bulldozers and everything that are sitting at the bottom of Lake of the Ozarks isn't doing anything bad to the environment.
Being a little diesel leaking out. I mean, what the hell?
Hell, it'd be all right.
Lake of the Ozarks. More shoreline than the entire state of California.
Fact.
Right here in the heart of Missouri.
Right here in flyover country, folks.
Exactly.
The
Can
largest
you believe it?
man-made lake
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Land of the magic dragon, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, my grandfather loved setting off fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
like when we were real little, they would all go down on the boat to Bagnell Dam and see the big.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, that sucked because we didn't get to see it. We couldn't go out on the boat.
Right.
So Grandpa would spend a couple $100
Mm-hmm.
and get the mortars.
There was a ton of fireworks back
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Back in the
go
day,
out on the dock.
That's about 4 or 5 shots today.
Yeah. Go out on the dock and
500
set them
pounds.
off.
Mm-hmm.
And the first year, because it was my grandparents, and then my grandma's sister had the house next door, and then one sister had that house, and then her other sister had the other house.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 3 houses in a row, and it was all just family.
Right.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that.
So, we all sat there and watched it, and my grandmother loved it because she never went down to the dock anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and she could set up on the top balcony
Mm-hmm.
because the land came down at a hill. So,
Yeah. All that land comes down to the hill, like
Right.
the Ozarks.
so at ground level, you had a balcony patio that went around the house, and then as the hill goes down, you've got the downstairs, and then you had the big concrete patio and everything. And she could sit up there and watch the fireworks, and it was great. Fast forward like 4 or 5 years later, all of a sudden we've got people sitting at the end of the cove in their boats watching us set off fireworks.
Right.
You know,
Damn it. Well,
the next, we did it the first year, and then the next year, people across the cove, they would sit out there and watch, and then it was like people at the end of the cove would start to come up, and and it was just, it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger,
Right.
but it was fun,
Right.
and it was awesome,
well,
and it was
Did you have
like,
did you have any beads for the girls that wanted to flash you?
no one ever rode by on the boats because we would shoot out over the water.
So they were back a ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were at the end of the cove, or,
So it wasn't the party cove. For those of you who don't know about the party cove at Lake the Ozarks, personally never been there. Seen pictures.
Yep.
If I was in my 20s, I wouldn't be there today.
Well, and see, here's the thing
Right.
here's the thing about Party Cove. It's a different cove, like every week.
Oh, yeah. So they move it so they don't get
Busted.
busted. Yep.
Yeah. And I
oh,
mean,
really?
yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
Well, and I mean, it would just start up, and especially now with with everybody having a cell phone and everything like that,
Yeah.
you get 10 boats and they tie up next to each other, and it's like they've got this half circle, and then everybody is out back, and you're floating, you're drinking. You got the big like neoprene mats that
Right.
people can lay on and sit down and whatnot. Yeah, it's
In fact, I think there are some videos
Craziness.
of the party coves, whatever, on YouTube.
there.
Like the Ozarks.
I know there's some on that that one site, something hub, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The P Hub.
something like that.
Something
I
like
wonder
Yeah.
what that could be.
Yeah,
that. I don't.
I don't know. But
I
of
guess
course,
we'll never know.
I don't look at stuff like that on.
now not to be confused, Independence Day does not coincide with the end of the Revolutionary War.
No, that was just the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yes. And Andy, what year was the Declaration of Independence signed?
I hope I say this right. 1776.
That is correct, sir.
Boy, I'm glad I got that right. I'd sure hate to get the crickets again.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't get the crickets, you get the
I was hoping for the crickets.
or
I was still hoping for the crickets. I mean, come on. Oh, well, that worked too.
anyways, you know, and
Right.
you know, of course, we have the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, Francis Scott Key. You know, now apparently, unbeknownst to me and James, and I'm gonna go off on a limb.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to this guy here, there is a second verse,
Yeah, I've heard that.
and it talks about slavery.
Apparently, I've never heard that verse,
No,
but that seems to be a big controversy in the woke community.
yeah.
But the national anthem is about slavery and stuff. I'm like going,
Well, there was.
Well,
I just saw this, and
oh, yes,
it was the. I forget where the statue's at, the Francis Scott Key, but they were pulling it down. Like protesters were pulling it down, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
right,
Yeah, you know he wrote the national anthem, right?
right.
That sang at the beginning of every sporting event
Yep.
in the United States.
wasn't he in jail or something?
Yeah, yeah. The British had him locked up.
Okay, I didn't know that there was a second verse.
I don't think a lot of people knew.
If I did, I forgot about it. So don't.
So
forget.
I don't have an opinion on it because I have never heard it.
Right.
I've never heard it either, but you know,
I mean, Amazing Grace has more than one verse too.
Yeah.
But how many do you hear at a funeral? The first one.
If you hear lyrics,
Right.
because the funerals I've been to,
It's been like bagpipes or
Right.
Yeah.
or
sorry.
it's a band, you know, Army band, Marine Corps band.
I mean,
but it's
I
bagpipes are always the ones that everybody goes to.
and I love to hear that.
and I
Amazing Grace or taps.
and I've sang
Amazing
it
Grace or-
in church,
Oh yeah,
but we only do like 2 verses.
right,
But there's 4.
right. Even
And I don't know if any of them have to do with slavery. I don't think so. But you know, I'm just saying the national anthem,
Yeah.
that one verse is what gets us to play ball.
yeah, and the home of the
Chiefs. Yeah.
Thank you, Huey Lewis.
Yep.
But you know, it's just crazy, and
Well, what a lot of people today, they're like, oh, well, he wrote a second verse and it was something about slavery in it, so we got to pull his statues down. George Washington had slaves. Thomas Jefferson had slaves. It's like, yeah, that was the time period.
right.
That was,
Thomas Jefferson.
we can't today as a society judge what their society was back then.
Right.
Because
Times are different.
our society has changed so much since we've been
Because
adults.
of-
Right.
And I'm not saying
Their
that's a bad thing.
No.
It's a good thing
Yeah.
that we have more respect for people of color, women, even though the Supreme Court's trying to take us back on the women and stuff. But anyway, that's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
But we've evolved for the better. But you can't judge
I hope it
somebody
have.
on something they done back when it was their normal.
Right.
You know, I mean, yeah, racism. I mean, racism is racism. That's one thing.
Right.
But you can't go back and look at George Washington, who, you know, quote unquote, the father of our country, the
Yeah.
first president, and the shit he done to help make this country independent from the English. Yeah, he owned slaves.
Yeah.
So did everybody fucking else.
Right. And
I'm not saying it was a good thing they had slaves, but
no.
it was shortly after that the North abolished slavery.
Right.
You know, it wasn't until
And-
1860s that we
Yeah.
had the big.
And
Some people heard about it, the little war between the states.
and we just heard about it today.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest duelists in American history, one of the greatest politicians that you don't hear about,
Right.
Mr. Cassius Marcellus Clay.
Who didn't become Muhammad Ali.
No, Muhammad Ali was actually named after
Right.
this Cassius Clay, who happened to be from Kentucky, Whitehall, Kentucky, as a matter of fact. And his father was the largest slave owner in Kentucky.
Yep.
And while he was at Yale, he decided he was going to become an abolishment.
Abolitionist.
Yes, thank you. Fuck, I don't know why it became an
You're right.
abolitionist.
It sounds like abolishment,
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
which means he was anti-slavery.
Yes. And there was two camps to anti-slavery. There was the emancipation, which voted, and it took time, and the abolitionists that right now.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, it was,
It's like that video we watched. He basically forced
yeah,
Lincoln
yeah,
to sign the Emancipation Proclamation before Lincoln wanted to do it.
right. And during the Civil War, he got because he was an ambassador to Russia, he got the Russians not to enter,
Right.
not to recognize the Confederate States.
Right.
And then
And also,
had Russia talk to England and all of Europe, if you recognize the Confederate States, we will go to war.
right. Interesting history fact.
And the fact that nobody talks about this dude.
Right. Yeah, I never heard of him until you played that video
Yeah.
for me today.
Right.
I mean, I heard of Cassius Clay,
Yeah,
who became Muhammad Ali.
exactly.
I never heard of this Cassius Clay
Right.
from 1849.
Right. You know, and this
49.
this guy was a fucking badass.
You'll have to show him the video.
As long as you don't run off like early in the morning tomorrow, I will show you this video.
Or send it to me. Or whatever. Oh, whatever. You know, it'll be all right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, show me the video.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Talk into the end of the microphone.
It'll be all right.
There you go.
Show me the video.
Yes.
You know. But. I got
Yes, sir.
one th- I got
You
one-
had your hand up.
I got one thing to
The
say.
floor recognizes Ray Ray.
My great grandfather had gone to a St. Louis Cardinals game.
Mhm.
Found a phone book and found a Gravely. Spelled the same and everything.
Mhm.
You know, called him up, went over to his house, and
He was black.
yes, he
Yeah.
was black.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation didn't last very long. For what? So, I was always told something, but I'm not going to say it on here. That conversation didn't last very long. How you doing? He's like, okay. Bye.
Yeah.
See you.
Well,
Gotta go. You know.
a lot of Thomas Jefferson's slaves.
There again, you said that was your great grandfather or your grandfather?
My great grandfather.
Okay.
Right.
He, he might not have been a racist, but he was uncomfortable because at that period of time,
Yeah.
I'm sure that he didn't know many black people.
And vice versa.
And
For
vice
that
versa.
matter-
Yeah.
for that matter.
It might have been a weird deal for both of them. And they're like going, your name's Gravely, mine is too.
Shit.
That's cool. All right. Gotta go.
And you got the same last name as like,
And you probably wonder, I mean, we can go down this rabbit hole. If you want to know why he probably had the same last name, is because back in your ancestry, not necessarily your direct ancestry, but there were some Graveleys that probably owned slaves.
Yes.
Because a lot of the slaves took the slave owner's surname.
right, and that's what I'm
because
thinking.
They didn't have a surname. Their name
Right.
was Kunta Kinte or whatever.
Yeah.
My
Your name's Toby.
Okay, for people out there that are watching this, my great great grandfather was lieutenant governor of the state of Missouri during the Civil War era.
Better known as the American Scrimmage.
Okay, however you want to put it, but
If you ask the boys down south about the Civil War, they wasn't nothing civil about that war.
well, I'd buy that. But anyway,
I heard that from some boys from South Carolina.
South Kakalaki.
South Kakalaka.
Sorry.
but shit.
Missouri was, it was a really tumultuous state during the Civil War. Because about half of it was pro-South and about half of it was pro-North, even though Missouri was a non-slave state.
Right.
When they entered the Union, back then, when they entered the Union, you had to declare whether you were a slave state or not.
Mm-hmm.
They declared they were not a slave state, but then Kansas come in, I think shortly after, they declared as a slave state, and that's where the border war kind of got fired up with Missouri and Kansas. Especially after the war was over.
Kansas was a non-slave state.
Were they non?
They were non.
Mm-hmm.
Missouri continued to be neutral. They believed in what the North was doing, but they also wanted their slaves.
Did you know that there was more Civil War battles fought in the state of Missouri than any other state in the Union?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, Herbie was telling me that when he went up to the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about that. There was actually more battles fought in Missouri than there was in any other state. You would think Kentucky,
Right.
Virginia, whatever. I mean, they had the big ones.
Virginia.
But,
Sorry about that.
Battlefield, Missouri.
Yeah.
Pea Ridge, Arkansas.
Right.
And flyover country, north to south.
Well, we wasn't flyover country back then. We were the edge of the West back then.
I'm thinking now, but
Right.
My great great grandfather, who was lieutenant governor of the state of Missouri, his brother was put in jail because he was on the southern side.
Mm-hmm.
And while I've got everybody's attention, my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
whenever she was going to marry my grandfather, there was a meeting of both families before they married, because my side of the family was, Union.
Mm-hmm.
Her side was,
So, Confederate.
Confederate, and somehow I don't know what that conversation was, about, but it worked.
Right.
And I'm here today
Because of it.
to tell that.
Well,
Personally, right. I'm here.
you're queer.
No.
Deal with it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's where you were going.
Don't put words through this here. That shit ain't funny. How dare you? I don't know where you live, but don't step on the brown paper bag on your front porch.
Yeah, good luck with that. Anyways,
I don't
meanwhile,
know
back
you
at the ranch.
don't know where you live, but anyway. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
Right.
grandpa and grandma, yeah.
So they were able to come together
Right.
in the middle of a turbulent time.
Right.
And right.
Now today's society,
Oh,
it
it'd
would
be,
it would be the son is from a Republican family and the daughter is from a Democrat family.
Yeah,
and they would have the same fucking meeting.
right,
And it probably wouldn't work out. It's like,
But see, here there's a tragic story told and written by an amazing storyteller, where a guy from one family falls in love with a girl from another family, and those families hate each other
right,
for no real reason.
right.
And that story,
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet,
yeah.
West Side Story, Hatfield McCoy, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But,
Right.
To go along with what you were saying, Ray,
But,
Jesse James
Mm-hmm.
from St. Joe, Missouri, fought for the Confederacy,
Mm-hmm.
killed numerous Union soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came home, he was treated like a hero.
Mm-hmm. So that's what a lot of people don't understand about Missouri. They think, well, the southern part of Missouri must have been Confederate, and the northern part was not. Not really. It was kind of flip-flopped.
Yeah.
It was kind of flip-flopped. It was more
Half and
Confederates
half.
in the north and more Union in the south.
Right.
Yeah.
It was,
Now-
half and half.
Now, after the American scrimmage,
Mm-hmm.
the northern or the southern half of Missouri became part of that triple letter group
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
who have to hide who they are
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they're little bitches.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, back to the American independence.
Right.
Now, you have ties to people that have fought to continue our independence.
Right.
I don't know if you have service members in your family.
Okay. My great-great-grandfather was lieutenant governor of the state of Missouri and was in the, Civil War.
Okay.
Now, my grandfather on my mother's side was in World War II.
Okay.
So, and then I have a uncle that was Air Force.
Okay.
He served. I don't know. If he served abroad or whatever, but
Serving abroad, huh?
overseas.
That's
or
known as a waiter, isn't it?
overseas or whatever.
No, I get you.
Or serving abroad.
Ooh. I mean,
But yeah.
And, well,
And then,
I've
of
got-
course,
For those listening,
yes.
I'm not going to elaborate on what I just did.
Yeah.
military on both sides of the family.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
Could go off
started
on the, you know,
a tangent. Yeah. I had started a path for my generation and the generation after me.
Mhm.
So I was the first service member, second generation in my dad's family.
Mm.
And then my brother Terry joined the Marine Corps after, like, he left for boot camp after I had graduated.
Mhm.
And his thinking was, well, if Matt can do it, I can do it.
Mhm.
My cousin Tyler joined the Marine Corps because when he was in school, I was married, and we always went over there and it's really weird, because my dad's the baby of the family.
Mm.
He just turned 80 years old this year.
Yeah.
So,
God bless him.
yeah. So,
He's 80.
my cousins are old enough to be my parents.
Right.
So it's like I identify with my second cousins more
yeah.
than my actual cousins.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah. So my cousin Tyler joins the Marine Corps, and then his brother Andrew joins the Marine Corps. So I'm like, yeah. And then, like a fucking dipshit, I joined the Army after
Right.
9/11
Right.
because fuck the Marine Corps. They didn't destroy my body enough. Let's give the Army a shot.
There you go.
Let's.
Yeah.
Shit, craps.
Hey, watch this shit. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah. Hold my beer.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Daddy
80. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck
Daddy
it.
needs
Here.
a new pair of shoes.
Yep.
I need them new Jordans. Snake Eyes, son of a bitch.
Damn it.
I'm getting new Jordans on my fake feet. You know.
No, I'm not. Damn it.
But, you know, and it means a lot that, you know, especially after 9/11. I mean, it takes...
Cool. Excuse me.
Yeah, no. Damn you. It takes a certain person to willingly join the military during a time of war. You know.
Well, you know, if you look back, they couldn't sign people up fast enough after Pearl Harbor.
Right.
And kind of the same thing happened after 9/11.
Yes.
You know, but the war on terror, we all know, stretched out
20 years.
over 20 years.
Yeah.
So after about 10 years, recruitment was, they're probably,
Well,
you know.
after 10 years, it was, well, like year 8, year 9, you know, Iraq had been declared won.
Right.
And so there was the big push in Afghanistan. And that's when it was like, oh, we still need people. And there was still that big push.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, about 2013, they started closing all the bases down in Afghanistan. Like, there was a buddy of mine in his unit that their whole purpose in Afghanistan was closing down bases. They weren't doing patrols or anything like that. No.
Oh, shit.
They were going base to base to base to base, closing it the fuck down. You know, they had stacks of radios that they would throw a couple incendiary grenades on. We can't take it home.
Right.
You know, Humvees we would leave, and, you know, trucks and shit that we would leave. An incendiary grenade on the engine block. Good luck, bro.
Yeah.
Because that shit gets so fucking hot, it just goes.
As soon as that goes off, it's done.
Well, no, that's the thing is,
Probably magnesium in it.
yeah, an incendiary grenade doesn't go off. It gets so fucking hot, it melts
It melts
everything.
one at a time.
Like I
So-
say, it's probably the main deal is magnesium.
Right.
And once it's ignited,
It
you're not putting that shit
It's
out.
it's DRT. It's done right there.
Right.
Well,
It's,
the only way to put it out is to smother it.
Mm-hmm.
And no one ever thinks that. Because if you hit it with water, you're just going to spread it.
Right.
It's like
Okay.
white phosphorus artillery round or mortar round.
Right.
You hit it with water and it's going to spread.
Right.
And that's why, like, we do. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
We do what's called a shake and bake.
shake and bake.
Yes.
Okay.
You can shake it
So-
and I'll bake it.
Right.
No.
So you hit them with an HE round, a high explosive round, and that you're shaking them. And then you hit them with a white phosphorus round, and that's fucking baking them. Because that white phosphorus round, especially from a 105 or a 155, that thing's going to burn about 2,000 degrees. And again, there's no putting it out with water. Because the moment you hit it with water, it's going to spread
Right.
like a grease fire.
Okay.
And like we would set shit on fire, and then we'd have to hit it with HE in front of it to get the dirt to smother it.
Right.
Oh, fuck. Let's see. What does the Google machine say that a white phosphorus burns at? What does
Just
a
1,700.
white?
I'm just throwing out a guess here. I'm guessing.
I'd say,
If I'm right, I'm right. If not, okay, tell me.
I'd say let's email James Hatfield
Yeah.
and see how hot a magnesium flash is.
Oh, yeah, right. You know,
He probably knows firsthand
from a, you know,
from a flash pot.
flash pot. Right.
So, according to the Human Rights Watch, white phosphorus can burn people to the bone, smolder inside the body, and reignite when bandages are removed.
Oh, shit.
As soon as it gets a little oxygen, it's like,
What is white phosphorus banned for?
As soon as it
White
gets,
phosphorus
you know,
inside
air,
the bone
you
is
know.
used for blah, blah, blah.
Fuel, basically, you know, air would be
right.
fuel.
That's
for
what I
that.
meant by oxygen.
Okay.
Because if you just gave it carbon dioxide, it'd probably still go out.
Well,
But oxygen is like,
Right.
hot damn, here we go again.
which is in air.
Oh, okay. So they only burn at 1,500 degrees
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
okay.
My bad.
You still,
White phosphorus
you're still melting the block on a '62 Chevy.
Yeah.
or a or 2018 Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
Or-
that burns a lot lower because most of that's aluminum
yeah.
Okay, and your
And-
point is what? It's still
and-
melting it.
and plastic.
Yeah.
It's still melting it.
So
You got
there's
your plastic intake and your aluminum heads.
Well, it's still gonna melt it. You
When
know.
that white phosphorus catches that aluminum on fire, then you got a real problem.
now,
Yeah.
but there's a thing. There's a white phosphorus, and then there's a red phosphorus.
What's the difference?
Red phosphorus.
300 degrees.
Okay, so
I think so.
1,400 instead of
I don't know.
1,700.
I just pulled that out of
I
the
don't know.
arse.
Well, it'll be all right.
300 degrees.
What is the
If it's 1,400, I'll kiss your ass.
difference?
I hope it ain't. 'Cause I really don't want to kiss your ass.
between white and fuck. If I could type, I don't have my glasses on, so
I don't either.
and red phosphorus. Red phosphorus appears as a dark red colored crystal, whereas white phosphorus exists as a translucent waxy solid that quickly becomes yellow when exposed to whatever. Okay, red phosphorus does not ignite in air at temperatures below 240 degrees Celsius or 464 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas pieces of white phosphorus ignite at about 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. But that's according to
So the flash
Wikipedia.
point is higher on the red phosphorus.
Red phosphorus is thermally more stable than white phosphorus. It is a blah blah blah. Yeah.
Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, a shake and bake mission is one of the greatest missions that a fister like myself could ever call because they're so much fun.
Unless you're on the receiving end of it.
Right. But
Mr. Fister.
Mr. Sister. Anyways, so I think I don't think we should be going any further because but
We want to wish
All right,
everybody
fair enough.
a happy Independence Day.
oh, I almost forgot.
Just
At this moment, right now, as you're watching this, somebody is spending their last moment with all 10 digits.
yeah. That was the next thing I was going to say. Be careful out there.
Yes.
I didn't, and then walk away.
If you're in Missouri or any of the other states that's been dry as fuck like we are right now, go watch the professionals. Don't set your place on fire.
Well, I mean, there was just a bunch of rain.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
the sun comes out in the morning, it's still going to be.
Fuck.
It's going by Tuesday, it's going to be dry as fuck again if we don't get any more rain.
Right.
But anyway, everybody, be careful. We love our country. Let's celebrate. Let's do it smart. Watch NASCAR race
Is there a NASCAR race on
Tomorrow.
Independence Day?
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. All right. Sunday.
The Chicago Road Race.
Ooh, Chicago Road Race.
Yeah.
Okay. And nothing
And-
screams American pastime like fucking NASCAR.
Yep. What was the old deal? Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Well, the Chevrolet, that's NASCAR.
Yeah.
Even though there's Toyotas and Fords too, but
Yeah.
yeah. There used to be the every year tradition was the Firecracker 400 from Daytona Beach.
Yep. I remember that.
Yep.
And anyways, until next time, you've just watched another episode of Stu Him Productions Presents,
J&M Solve the World. I have been James.
and I have been Matt. And on behalf of Ray, you have a great
Hello.
and safe Independence Day, but you keep one fist in the gold, one foot in the gutter, and we will be seeing you.
Peace.
And don't blow your hand off.
If you like what you hear during the J&M Solve the World podcast, that's a band called Blindside out of Southwest Missouri. Their music is used exclusively by the J&M Solve the World podcast because, well, James and I were part of the band. If you would like your own copy of Blindside's Want You Some, Get You Some with their hit songs 12, Engine, and FU, send a self-addressed stamped CD mailer to J&M Solve the World, 2120 East 342 Road, Halfway, Missouri, 65663. And if you would like it signed by the 3 surviving members of Blindside, just include $5. But until next time, you keep one fist in the gold, one foot in the gutter, and we'll be seeing you. Thank you.